Now, at the same time, there is this guy who was like buying these girls. Like there are these trafficked girls who are in this big shipping container, and this man is about to like purchase them, and he's talking about how like are they clean and all this other kind of stuff, and who shows up? Punisher. Punisher shows up, and
to kill the girls?
No. He killed the man who was going to be trafficking these girls when he tried to get away. Now, mind you, I thought that I was going to be learning more about the, basically more about the people who getting these powers. But this was like a lot of the Punisher on this mission. So basically, like, while the Punisher is on this mission getting this trafficker and killing these people, it basically has him.
You're getting a Punisher book.
I was like, what we doing? The Punisher? Like, whoa. All right, y'all. Welcome back to another episode of Another Relaunch. I am Shiar Technology, come to life, danger.
Ooh, hello. I am the silent Aboriginal mutant teleporter, Gateway.
Oh, period. We like Gateway. How are you?
I'm doing excellent.
One thing about you going to find your way back to the Outback.
Well, that is true, but it was also a special week. Their comic came out, so they're like heavy on my mind. I did a lot of reading this week.
You gotta visit. You should like plan a trip and go to the Outback.
I don't think
see what it's really like.
That. When I was younger, I used to work at a museum in DC, and so like we would get lots of guests from around the world, and we would get lots of guests from Australia visiting because when it was winter here, it was like their summer, so it was like 100 degrees or whatever. They couldn't be there; they were trying it away, and they just would talk about it and how it is, and like the wildlife and the animals and the bugs and all of that stuff. And I'm just like, I'm okay.
I can agree with you there. There was a time where I really wanted to just go because I'm thinking more New Zealand, but like I just think of like that whole like the lushness of it all and like the coral reef and like the oceans and all that kind of stuff. But the animals, it's creatures down there that like I ain't never seen. Like, whoa.
Oh, but so actually this is kind of like off topic, but there was this show, I can't remember if I watched it on Amazon Prime or what streaming service I watched it on, but it's called Ark. And it's about like this girl from Australia. She's like a black girl in Australia, and they're talking about like the racism that they face as black people there and like all this kind of stuff. And it was so funny because I was watching it and I was like, somebody is going to see this and like, oh, look at Bishop's cousin.
Bishop. I was like, Bishop's going to give them proof.
No, you see, and they're going to push that agenda. But it was like also funny because then like I also, I'd be on Tubi too watching some movies, and there was also this other movie I watched, and it had like the Aboriginal Australian people there, and they were like referencing themselves as black, but it was like interesting because they weren't like African black. And so it was like, oh, these are the dynamics of like the other people. And I was like, again, like the other people were watching this, like, look at Bishop's other cousin. I was like, they're on both sides of the spectrum. I was like, just out of here. I was just like,
that is wild. Yeah, we don't need too much proof of that.
Yeah, but
shout out to them though.
Shout out to them. We love you too. But Australia's cool. I'm good on that.
Yeah, it's just the spiders and the bugs. Like, whoa,
I like bugs. Like I clean out.
Also, like I am. People don't know this about me. Actually, let me take that back. Everybody should know this about me. I am deathly terrified of snakes, and like,
I did not
like, yes, like it's bad.
Is it bad where you can't like see them on TV?
No, it's not. It's not that bad.
Okay.
Like I guess my mind, like I can recognize that it's not real. However, it is bad where there are times, this is embarrassing. There are times where I have literally jumped because I thought a snake was next to me or like near me, which does not make sense. That does not make any sense. However, in Australia, it could. So like, I don't know.
It can just wind up in your room, your bed, your toilet, wherever. But I do know someone who is like terrified of snakes like that as well, to the point, but he's bad to the point where if there's a snake on TV, like he will turn away and like he can't see them there. I'll never forget, we were at like this big festival thing and somebody had a fake snake on their like shoulders. When I tell you, I've never seen somebody run so fast.
Somebody put a real snake on me at Pride.
Oh, I would have passed out. But like,
I
can't play with people's fears like that, though. You know what I'm saying?
at
Like,
all.
you don't know what could happen to somebody when you do something like that. Like, again, I don't like bugs. I don't like things that crawl. I think about like when you used to watch like Fear Factor and stuff like that, and they would be in the tub and they would just like pour roaches on them or something like that. I would die.
Like, well, I guess I'm out.
I can't do that. Like physically, I feel like I would just start vomiting. Just
Now I could go on Amazing Race. If they ask me to like eat it, I guess I will.
I don't think I could do that.
If it's between me and like $1 million, I might just have to eat the
I don't know. I was in high
the
school.
cow testicles or whatever.
Yeah, hold on. Yeah, I was in high school, and you remember the cicadas? Well,
Yes.
You know, the cicadas, the bugs when they came out. So when
Yeah.
I remember the year that they came out, and there was this boy, and he like, it was the beginning of school. We were waiting to be let in, and he like had this cicada in his hand, and he started like licking it. He like had this, but it was like in the front of the school. Everybody's around. Somebody had dared him to do it, and he's like licking.
He did it.
And then you see his tongue like come out and start flicking it, and the bug starts moving around, and like everybody just starts screaming. It was like terrible, but it was like just watching that.
Where is he now?
Sick.
The kid that used to lick bugs. Where is he now?
Like, anything with bugs, I cannot do. Like, I'm not eating them. I'm not being in a room with them. You're not like putting them around me. It's not happening. Can't do it.
Well,
That was a good memory.
anyway, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm Gucci. You know, it's been a long week at work, but, you know, we make it. So, but I'm good. But then let's go ahead and get into these updates of the week. Some interesting things have been coming out recently from both the Marvel and DC camps. It seems like all the characters who were going to be in Daredevil season 3 have pretty much been leaked because now we are, it does not seem like it's a secret at all. Now we are getting like full shots of Elodie Yung as Elektra, and it looks like she's going to be returning for season 3 of Daredevil Born Again. We had already seen Luke Cage and Iron Fist, like they were like posing for pictures, basically. Like they did not really care.
Be back. It's like crazy.
Yeah.
Be back.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's exciting. I said last season, or as we were watching, that I was like, I'm a little bored. Call me when Elektra comes. So next season looks like it's going to be the one for me. Over on the DC side, there was a recent film festival, the Anansi Animation Festival, and DC announced a plethora of animated works that they're going to be coming out with. And let's just go over a few of them. Well, you know what? Let's go over them all. One of them was Absolute Batman, which will be based on the Absolute Batman series. Writer Scott Snyder will serve as the executive producer and showrunner, while the artist Nick Dragotta will be a producer on the show as well. So the creators behind the series are also going to be behind the show. And, you know,
Shout out to
it's Batman. It's Batman.
It's Batman, so it's like, yes, you kind of expect, you know what's going to happen, but also just like the absolute universe. I truly don't feel like we have seen something shake like this in, I don't know when the last time something moved mountains like this. That whole universe, what they're doing, like even just the way that first issue just kept getting reprinted. Like they were on like 16 reprints of #1, like still selling, still going, still massive. 2 years out, you already got a cartoon. You don't even
Absolute
got
Batman #1, I think, like broke record or something. Didn't it sell like over 500,000 copies or something? Its first week or something crazy.
it's like what, just because he's bigger.
I guess. I think he got an axe or something.
I mean, the axe is hot. You know, I'm axe.
You kind of you like an axe.
I love axe. I get that.
I don't know. I'm not reading the book, so I don't know what's going on there. But I do think it's wild that they were able to kind of fast track this animated series for him. Which I think that's it's interesting. We'll get to something soon. But let me go ahead and just fire off the rest of these shows that were announced. There was the Starfire show, which would be about Starfire. It's not technically the same as the Teen Titans Go, but it is the same voice actress. Starfire will be joined by Crush, and I forget the other character that she'll be joined by, but they'll be basically going on adventures together. Cute animated series. There is Krypto, which will be starring the dog Krypto, and he will be, I guess there are some criminals or something that he will be kind of getting in some hijinks with for his show. There is also Mr. Miracle, which had some concept art shown. We didn't get to see that there because it was, again, at the festival, but it did show that it kind of looks exactly like the Mr. Miracle and Big Barda comic. Scott Free is said to be like the son of God, but raised by the devil, and it's animated by Tim Mouse. I forgot to mention for the Starfire show that the artist Puffy Amiomi from the original Teen Titans show will be making the intros for her show. So if that should give you kind of the vibe of this series. It's described as a like 11-minute kids show, so I'm assuming like very Teen Titans Go vibe.
Man,
there was also Joker Laugh Riot, which is an anime. I think that's going to be interesting, starring the Joker. And the description for this was Batman has been killed, and Joker is basically after his killer because he feels like he should have been the one to kill Batman. So that is his mission. It's going to be an anime. I didn't show who was going to be behind the animation.
do people still like? I don't know. I guess do people still really go up for Joker like that? I feel like
I guess so.
I would see a lot of talk about him in the
Right.
sense of even characters that I might not necessarily care for, like a Venom. I still see like Venom fans. I still people talking about him all the time. Positive. Like I don't feel like I ever see people talking about Joker. And then like whenever something does come out with Joker, it's just everyone saying like how they don't like it.
Yeah. I think he's such an iconic villain that there's still like that kind of like weight behind him. But outside of that, you're right. I don't really see too many people like going up for
Or like requesting all this Joker content. But whatever, like I guess
not in the way that I see Bane. I see more people like going up for Bane than I see Joker.
they do love some Bane. I like Bane too. He's cool.
Yeah.
Also, he got bigger. Chop the Dog Show, though. Don't know what that's about. I have just really realized I don't think I like Krypto at all, and I don't understand why he keeps getting all of these things over so many other characters. Like, you know, I might shade Diana all day long, but the dog getting a cartoon before her is crazy.
It is wild. That was the one thing I was going to bring up. Just to list off these other shows. There's DC Superpowers, My Adventures with Green Lantern, which will be starring Jessica Cruz. Yeah, and it's set in L.A., and she will be attending Hal Jordan Memorial High. There's also Kyle Rayner, Nikki Jones, Thomas Rowe, who will also be students at the school with her. And there's also My Adventures with Superman, which is out currently, and Creature Commandos. I think they're having a season 2 of that show. But back to what you were saying about Wonder Woman, all of those shows I even just listed, like... Why is Creature Commandos on the second season before Wonder Woman has ever gotten anything? But at the same time, you know, I don't go up for Wonder Woman like that. Like, there was a time where I liked just watching her do her thing. But outside of that, like I really don't care too much about like the Amazonian mythos or anything going over with them. I do think that they should be given like at least a real effort. You know, like I feel like she hasn't really even been given a chance yet. Even if you don't like her, she should still at least be given like an actual chance compared to, you know, the Supermans and Batmans, just to see what could happen.
She is considered one of the like big pillars of DC. She is a Trinity member. Like we have all these stories based on her. Again, even if
that's all talk at this point.
It really is, because even if you don't do nothing with her, you got all that. And, you know, I love the Amazons. It's like, what happened to the Paradise Lost show? Or like, what happened to all of the spinoffs you can do with her partners, or these like things? Like, there's stuff you can do with this, the Dons, and just continue on, and you do nothing just for nothing. And you say, oh, these are in the works and these are in the works, but it's like, it gets to a point. It's been in the works for 3 years, but this thing that got announced 6 months ago, it's already coming out next year. But we got nothing on that. And like, I will say, I am excited for the Mr. Miracle show. Sorry, I love him. It looks good. The like production company is great. Like, that's family. I'll be there. But the rest, I don't know. It's looking funny. Starfire show, I don't know. I feel like
I laugh sometimes at the Teen Titans Go stuff. So like, whatever.
I get that they're doing the kid thing. I think that's fine. That's cute. Whatever. I kind of don't get why they're using Crush and Amethyst. I feel like there are other characters that you could use for her in that aspect that could be a little bit more popular and then would still like work, like a Hot Girl.
Oh, she's going to be in it. They said that for the Starfire show, there will also be Thanagarians who will be showing up.
Oh, period. Then nothing we say. Good for them.
Yes, they said Lobo and the Thanagarians will be showing up. I'm assuming Lobo is showing up because Crush is going to be a part of like.
That's why Crush doesn't need to be there. Got it. Lobo. He ruins a lot.
I don't really see it for Lobo, but what do I know? I think a lot of these shows were interesting to be announced. Like I said, the Absolute Batman one was the biggest shock to me, just because that really just came out. So now you have a whole animated series set in its own like universe, which is interesting that they're doing for these shows. Like everybody's kind of in their own thing,
which maybe is cool. They will give something to Absolute Wonder Woman at some point, at least. Like, if that universe is already getting backtracked, she's definitely going to show up because she's been a big part of it. Obviously, Absolute Batman is like doing the most, but like it's very popular and everything.
Absolutely. Let's not act like she's not like right behind him in the sales either. So like,
I know that he's been killing. I haven't really been following like who's after that, but I know
Absolute Wonder Woman. She carries.
Actually talked about the most at least.
Yeah, Absolute Wonder Woman at least sells very well, so I would expect that to be
shout out
Fast Track. Shout out to Kelly Thompson. But I am interested to see what these shows are going to be giving when if they actually come out. You know,
because there is a merger on the horizon. You know, and WB has been announcing a lot. Like it's really actually hilarious how much they're announcing, and then we'll see what sticks and what goes.
It's very much giving. We just gonna throw it all out there before anything happens and see what happens. There were reports that there were reports that James Gunn did speak with, I guess, Paramount, and they said that they are interested in the DC universe and keeping it going, and they have no plans of changing anything. But they said that last time, so
they always say that.
Remember when they told Gal Gadot they were going to give her Wonder Woman 3?
There you go. She was like, "Woo, that baby!" Like,
she thought she was going to put that tiara back on. No, ma'am.
Remember when tweeted after the Fox merger. She was like, "Why y'all think this mean they recast?"
Now, what if she show up in Secret Wars and get the last laugh?
It's actually like I would love to see that just so she could have her little moment. Maybe have to do like whatever was
Hello. You know, and she can have the last laugh and go out and get killed or whatever.
a little shake and go, and just like, all right, I'm out.
Oh, I'm imagining that. That's crazy. Let's go ahead and take a break.
Yeah. Ooh. All right, everybody. Welcome back to another week of wonderful comics. This was actually the week of women. Okay? The girls all were out. They had good books for the most part. We loved them. Let's get into some of our quick shots for the week. All right. Moonstar #4 came out from Ashley Allen and the art from Eduardo Adino. This was good. I think like it's a fine Moonstar book. I'm kind of conflicted about it. I think the story is like fine, and like Ashley Allen talked about how she actually spoke with like native people to help with the authenticity of Moonstar's story. She's doing some really interesting things with her parents and just like her personal life. But like the actual story itself, the villain that we're dealing with, the society that we're coming off of the heels on from the Magic book, kind of don't care about any of it. And I wish that like for Danny's first solo outing, the story felt a little bit like, grander, I guess. Just like, we've got these people, she's dealing with these people who we don't know, but this villain who just came out of nowhere, who's supposed to be connected to all the stuff that we can't really access. It just feels like there's a wall that's kind of holding me back from like fully enjoying this. I don't know. And it is what it is. Can't do anything about it. This was the 4th issue. It ends with #5. I will be sticking around to see how it all wraps up. Again, like she's doing some fun stuff with her powers. She's using a little bit more magic in this book. We're getting more into like her animal empathy and all of those things. So it's like that's really good to see again. Like there's good stuff here. It's fine. Just wish a little bit more. Check it out. X-Men Outback #1 came out this week from Steve Orlando and Steven Segovia. And yes, that is why I was Gateway. And yes, it was excellent. Yes, it is a retro mini, but it does not matter. It's giving like new stories that are additive to the team. This issue was really focused on like Storm. And when they first thought everyone thought they died on television, and they were trapped in Outback and dealing with them transitioning to that. How they feel, who's going to lead them, where they're going to live, how are they going to act. They fight Sabretooth because he's tracking down Wolverine. You know, they always fight on Wolverine's birthday. They beat him up, of course. Betsy erases his mind, so he doesn't remember anything about them. Storm is like, okay, the goddess is here. I'm going to leave. We get this really fun transformation of her into that, like, black latex costume she wears with the big lightning bolt in the front. Mm-hmm. Like, when she had the long, big hair that they used to draw back then. Great. Segovia's art was also really good too. Like, shout out to him. I think he's a really consistently great artist who does work. Generation X 23 #5 came out. It was the end of the first arc. And let me tell you something. Jodie Hauser, I like her. And she actually has really done pretty well on this book, I think. You know, they introduced a bunch of new little X-type people, mutants.
More clones.
Yeah. They have lots of powers. The villain, he's very much given Hellion, light. Even like when I turned to some of the pages, I was like, when did Julian get here? But it's not him. He was like the big bad. I thought it was a nice ending. Laura kind of walks off with some of these new kids as like her trainees, so she's going to be taking them to do some stuff and help them out. Gabby was fun. Very consistent, very fun. I think, again, if you're a fan of Laura and things like that, check this one out. And a personal favorite for this week was Zatanna #3. Written and drawn by Jamal Campbell, by the way. Just fantastic. Like, this is going to be one of those books where it's going to be just, I feel like it's going to be consistent praise. It's going to be a more so
monumental.
Reading this, like what he's doing, how he's writing Zatanna. She is going up against this special agency that is trying to stop her. She's really tuning into the Prime Magus. She's dealing with the other gods and like doing spells. She's like fighting with magic. You think about that scene where Doctor Strange and them were fighting with magic. In that Avengers movie, like in his movie.
Oh, and Justice League Dark?
Well, Doctor Strange. first.
Right. Sorry. I was thinking of Doctor Strange and Zatanna in the Justice League Dark movie.
Zatanna does something like that, but like on steroids. Just monumental. The designs are amazing. Everything she's doing is amazing. This first arc was only 3 issues, and it felt like 5. It felt so dense. So much happened. There's so much still left to happen. Can't wait to read the rest. I actually wish it came out a little bit sooner, just because like waiting is like, oh my gosh, it's torture. This is the girl. This is the doll. Zatanna is consistent. The books are always good, people. I'm telling you. Read them. The minis.
And shout out to Jamal Campbell. They're doing a book like by himself. That's crazy.
And Jamal doing this by himself and like carrying on the tradition of just making like a great Zatanna story, and it's even like greater and bigger than we thought it was going to be. Read it. A 5-star book. Love it. And now let's get into our big book of the week, The Ultimate Reborn. The Ultimate Universe is finally dead.
No, okay, you keep saying that, and this is separate from that. This is not that. Ultimate Endgame is the Ultimate Universe ending. Ultimate Reborn is during all of that endgame stuff, there were these origin boxes.
Oh, these are the boxes.
These are the boxes. Powers from the Ultimate Universe ending up in this universe. That's the story.
Okay. So it's not dead yet.
It's not. Well, I think technically, I think it did die recently. I think the final issue did come out, and it was like, it's over now.
But this is
the ultimate. So this is still going. This is nice. This isn't really tied to that. I wouldn't really tie it to that. But so last issue, we saw the origin boxes. We saw Spider-Man fighting. Spider-Man fighting Spot, and the origin boxes getting spread out everywhere in front of these people who we kind of know who they're going to be because we've seen some solicits and stuff for the future, but we haven't really learned too much about these characters. We just know that one guy received, like, it looked like a vial of ionic energy. Another girl, it looked like some kind of magical orb that she got. This other pair, it was a guy and a girl. They got the nega bands. So we saw, though, in the last issue, the people with the nega bands, each of them got one, right? So remember that is important for something later. So this issue, we see Spider-Man freaking out. He's like, oh my God, I lost the boxes. Where are they? We see that the Wonder Man, they haven't really told us his name yet. I think his name is Vern, the black guy. Yeah. Yeah. I thought they only said that his first name was Vern, I believe, but he is on like his construction site. He's a regular construction worker. He also lives in New Jersey, like Simon Williams did. He's a construction worker in New Jersey. He is freaking out because he's like, his eyes are glowing. He's got powers. His construction, like fellow construction, I don't know what they call construction people. I don't know. But the other people that he works with, they were like, let's check you out. Let's go to the nurse and see what's going on. They check him out. He's like, nothing's wrong with you. Actually, you're like really healthy. You're fine. Now, at the same time, there is this guy who is like buying these girls. Like, there are these trafficked girls who are in this big shipping container. And this man is about to like purchase them. And he's talking about how, like, are they clean and all this other kind of stuff. And who shows up? Punisher. Punisher shows up and...
To kill the girls?
No. He killed the man who was going to be trafficking these girls when he tried to get away. Now, mind you, I thought that I was going to be learning more about the... basically more about the people who getting these powers. But this was like a lot of the Punisher on this mission. So basically, like, while the Punisher is on this mission getting this trafficker and killing these people, it basically has him
getting the Punisher book.
I was like, what we doing? The Punisher? Like, whoa.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So while the Punisher was like going after these traffickers, he's like saving these girls. we do see flashes of the other characters, like this one girl. I think she's getting magical abilities. She sees like demons and stuff, and she's freaking out. There's this guy. He's got this crystal. I don't know what that crystal is about or what character that's associated with, but like he has this crystal, and basically when he says stuff, like it happens. Like people, like basically they change their minds on what they want to do. He was going to be working with this lady in the first issue. She wasn't feeling him. She didn't care about anything that he said. Called her back up. Now all of a sudden she wants to work with him, wants to cut all kinds of deals. We then see that again, there was this guy and this girl. They seem to be friends, but also like the girl kind of seemed like she might have a crush on the guy. I don't know what's going on there. She kind of seemed like she got a crush on him. But each one of them have one of the nega bands. Now, the nega bands are different than the quantum bands. To break it down, it's in the name. The quantum bands, you control quantum energy, which gives you control over all types of energy. The nega bands are connected to the negative zone. So when you clang them together, you switch places with Captain Marvel, who was also in the negative zone. The original Captain Marvel, he had some nega bands. The Kree, who like, maybe starting to learn, I don't know if I really like them, but the Kree heard of they're not the nicest people. They heard of the all-powerful quantum bands, but they didn't have their own pair, so they wanted to create their own. So they created the nega bands, and to kind of mimic what the quantum bands can do. When Marvel got the nega bands, he also ended up getting trapped in the negative zone. Now, in like the 90s, 80s, 90s, there was like a big like wish fulfillment era. That's when you get like Rick Jones, who he found some pair, and whenever he clanged them together, he would switch places with Captain Marvel. That's also where you get Shazam, Captain Marvel, Jaquel Thunder. Like there was a lot of like wish fulfillment people there. So that's where you get the whole like switching places thing. In this issue, we see that there was Hosticulus, I think that's how you pronounce his name. He was like this like devout follower of Annihilus. He was that in the negative zone of the Ultimate Universe. Okay. Well, these people have the nega bands of the Ultimate Universe. So they're like about to part ways, and they're like, oh yeah, dap them up, dap each other up. But when they dap each other up, they clang them together. Hosticulus comes over from his negative zone of the Ultimate Universe into our universe. He starts wrecking shop. He's killing people. He's like, he picking up a gun and about to use it. And then all of a sudden, like the Punisher, because he's been like out in the streets about, he's there to help. What the hell is the Punisher going to do? I don't know. So like, that's kind of where the issue ends, because the Punisher is there. He's like, oh, I got to help save these people. And he's going to be fighting Hosticulus. I did not know this is going to be turning into like a Punisher thing.
On the Week of Women?
Like, that's crazy. But in the next issue, it looks like Iron Man is going to be showing up. And I don't know what this crystal person is, but him and Iron Man are fighting. Wonder Man and Hosticulus are going to fight, I guess, that'll be cool to see. I'm ready to learn more about the characters and like how their powers are going to be and like where they go from here.
So the girl who has like the demon vision, what color is her hair?
Black. She got a bob.
But no. I was like, maybe she's going to be Hellcat.
Oh. No, I think she's got like...
But the universe is about to die, so she's probably not anybody. Actually, never mind. Who cares?
Well, no, that's not her universe. Just the powers from that universe came to ours. So I don't know if you knew this part about the new Ultimate Universe.
Nothing. Don't know.
So in that new Ultimate Universe, it was created by the Maker, right? Evil Reed Richards. You know who that is? Yeah. So the Maker created it, but when he created it, he like made sure certain heroes didn't exist. Mm-hmm. But when he did that, a lot of their abilities were like, I guess, like bottled up in these boxes, basically, and a lot of those boxes got free.
And that's what's happening.
That's what's happening. That we're dealing with this now.
Well, Punisher on the Week of Women is insane.
So. It is. And one of these, so they have symbols of what these things are, And like, though, there's a Wonder Man symbol on one. There's a Negaban symbol. I don't know what that. It's like a red crystal. MCon crystal? Couldn't be that. I don't know.
They like to go on just the red crystal.
And then the last one is it's an Eye of Agamotto. So I think this girl got like magic powers who can see demons. I don't know if she got her own eye. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know how the magic works because I don't know if you got more than one of those. Because doesn't Gambit have one in the Uncanny series?
I think he did get one, but I don't know where he got it from. Maybe I should start reading that on Marvel Unlimited next. I think it's far enough. You know, it's a very divisive series.
I won't be joining you there. But I thought that this issue was fairly solid. I'm interested to see the next one. I think I'm going to like that one a lot more. I would give this a 3 out of 5. While it was cool seeing, obviously it's always going to be cool, you know, having these young women who are being trafficked be saved. Like, I didn't really care about this having so much Punisher. Like, I recognize that, you know, while we're getting to meet these new characters, you're filling that space up with a Punisher on this mission. I don't know. We could have picked somebody else. There had to be somebody else available. I'm sorry, the Punisher. Like, somebody else could have saved these girls, and we could have been.
Well,
the Punisher?
Well, circle back to the Week of Women, you guys. There were a lot of things that came out where you can get them into their stories, and they were great. And I guess with that, let's go ahead and take a break.
Let's do it. All right, y'all. Welcome back to the relaunch section of the show. And yes, this week I will be doing a relaunch. Join us next week, though, because we'll be watching X-Men 97 Season 2, which kicks off next week. So that will be very interesting. Yeah. But this week I'm going to be doing a relaunch. And you guessed it, it's Photon again. Yes. This is That's right. This is Photon again. So this is part 2.
They're really trying to make this work for the doll. I love it.
This is part 2 of my relaunch for Photon. Now, last time I brought up how I really would like Photon to be kind of seen and established as like a cosmic character. So she would be out in space, you know, really just out there doing stuff. I failed to mention that, yes, I do believe some synergy should be given to her and her personality, taken from like Tiana. Maybe I did say this on the episode. I can't remember. Either way, I do think that there should be some synergy with the MCU version and Tiana Paris's Photon. And she is like interested in space and like kind of inquisitive about it. And there's a desire to learn more and to show that she can do it there. Yeah. Kind of the same way that she is in the MCU. So I would really kind of establish that with her in space, where she's interested in space, where she's out there just exploring and, you know, looking into stuff, obviously getting into some hijinks and everything. I brought up the whole Korvac situation with him becoming it, whatever they want to describe themselves, becoming a villain for her. Now, in this part 2, everybody don't always, you know, get into space or whatever. So I was thinking she also does need to have some adventures back on Earth. Now, in this, I would bring Photon back to Earth. Now, I hadn't decided yet how it would impact her parents, because I really do enjoy that she has parents and close with her parents.
A lot of heroes do not have parents. This is typically the life of an orphan. So that
they do exactly. So I did want to have a situation where her parents not necessarily are attacked, but they are caught up in some destruction, and they end up getting like severely injured because she could not get there in enough time with her powers, even though she's like fast as light, and all of these energy abilities, where like she couldn't get there in enough time to kind of get, you know, some, not necessarily some tragedy for her, but just to really shake some stuff up for her. and really kind of make her want to hone her in on her abilities and what she can do with her energy powers. So back on Earth, you know, all of my favorite characters, I can also kind of relate them to my favorite villains. And it made me realize that, oh man, one of my favorite villains is Graviton. He should be a villain for Photon. That makes sense. Like their powers are quite literally opposites of each other. And like scientifically, they would be fantastic villains against each other. It's the gravity versus electromagnetism. And one of the ways that I would bring him about was he needs a lot of motivations. One of my favorite stories for Graviton is in the Thunderbolts, where he literally not destroys the world, but he takes over the world because he is so powerful. He is so powerful that he really could just take over the world. Where he just like he's suspended all the superheroes in like gravity fields and they couldn't move, and he took over the world. And the reason he lost was that Moonstone at the time.
To the queen, we love her.
She is also a psychiatrist. She came to him and was like, you know, okay, you did all that, now what? And he really had no answer. So he was like, oh wait, I don't have any kind of like motivations. Like I've lost my motivation since I've gained all these abilities. Since I can do anything, I haven't really gained my motivations. And he's pretty much been seeking those ever since. My new motivation for him, he kind of worked with AIM before, but I would give him his own kind of sciencey whatever organization, or he could just kind of reuse AIM. He would be wanting to create a cosmic cube. Now, the cosmic cubes in the Marvel Universe basically allow you to like, they say it grants you a wish, basically, so you can like rewrite reality. But in order to create a cosmic cube, you have to first be able to make a powerful enough force field to house the energy, and the way that you place the force field is in a cube. And the energy is actually created of Beyonder energy. Everyone knows that Photon has been kind of like related to these like Beyonder creatures and these Beyonder.
Wasn't one of them in her most recent miniseries?
Exactly. In her most recent miniseries, one of them was like, I'm really interested in you, girl. You've got all this power. Like, something's going on there. We even see in, I think it was Mighty Avengers. Either Mighty Avengers or Ultimates, where the Beyond Corporation, we learn, is actually being ran by another rogue Beyonder.
Mighty Avengers, yes.
Yes, and they were, again, taking interest in Photon. I think that she would obviously be the perfect person to combat the power of a cosmic cube and prevent them from being created. So I would have her kind of wanting to stop Graviton from creating this cosmic cube. Maybe she loses and maybe there's some big explosion. You know, this may be something that harms her family. So her and Graviton end up having beef there. In the meantime, I would actually want it to be kind of created and where it makes this like wormhole, basically. And it opens up this portal, and out of the portal will come this prism. Now, a lot of people know about the Squadron Supreme, which are basically like the Justice League pastiche, just like literally the Justice League, but in the Marvel Universe.
Heroes Reborn, event of the summer, read it.
Exactly. There is a character on the team who is basically the Green Lantern of the team, and their name is Dr. Spectrum.
Yes.
Exactly. Now, I would have, the way that they get their powers is there's this thing called the Power Prism, and it's literally like a triangle prism. It's got rainbow colors. It's basically a Green Lantern ring, but like the person, once they grab it and control it, it like bonds with them, and then they gain the electromagnetic Green Lantern powers. Now, they become Dr. Spectrum. Now, there is a current character who is, I forget her name actually, but it is a woman. I would have her regain the power prism, go by Spectrum, wreaking havoc everywhere. And this would be kind of a play for Photon because now someone has her old name and is a villain. So she is like, what? I don't really like this. People are,
taking the names. That is
exactly. People taking her names. And now someone is taking it and being a villain with it. So that would cause her to, have some friction there. I thought that would be great for her to have some kind of a reverse with the whole like naming situation now where someone takes it and now they're a villain. So she has to kind of deal with that. And it would kind of really cement that, I know people like the name Spectrum for her. And there was a time when I did as well. But like, I think Photon, I think of all of her names is my favorite one. And I think she does not need to like go through any more name changes. That would just be really detrimental for the character. So establishing that someone else is named Spectrum, especially considering that you can't like copyright that for Photon, but now this is someone else and it's a villain and they have completely different powers. And it'll be a fun way to have it like as a villain for her. So it's like a play on a name that she had before. That is my relaunch for Photon. It would be bringing back this whole superheroics for her and like superheroics in Marvel, really, and bringing her kind of back to Earth where she is dealing with the fact that she does have all this power, but she can't be everywhere at once. And some things are out of her control. Yeah.
I like the Graviton thing to give her something powerful with the whole Beyond Her connection. That's really interesting and it's like a good line to follow through.
The Cosmic Cube thing.
Yeah, I really, really love the Spectrum idea, though. Like, even if it's not even like that Dr. Spectrum necessarily from the Squadron Supreme, like just some type of new villain popping up with a similar ability, like some type of light construction, like hooty doody, calling themselves Spectrum and irritating Monica to the point where she needs to go and figure out what's going on and having someone to battle. Like, I really do like that aspect, and I think that's something that's good. I love when the girls fight. Love a few.
You do.
Say that every girl should have.
And I made her a girl in this one for you specifically.
I love
the original Dr. Spectrum is a guy, I think, but there has been a female version of this Dr. Spectrum from the Squadron
What about
Supreme.
that woman who was Captain Universe in the Hickman run? Does she still exist?
Oh yeah. Yes, but I don't know if she's Captain Universe anymore.
Maybe we even bring Eve Bachian back. She could be the last Nova. Don't they do something with energy or something too? I don't know.
They do. But remember, this character's going to be a villain, so they're going to be fighting.
I mean, that's fine with me, All the Nova Phillips died. She could be a little angry. You know what I'm saying? But no, like I think that aspect, like of someone using the name Spectrum, her head, like that is really, really dope. I think that's like fantastic. And again, like I was saying, Monica is, used to somebody going around with her name and like not telling her, or like that's the issue. So doing it with bad stuff, yeah, very hot.
And it'll be someone who can actually like fight her,
in this relaunch. Is that like part 3 or?
There could potentially be a part 3. He's not in this one.
Yeah, I noticed.
So, yeah.
I don't know.
Voodoo appeared in the first one. He is not in this. he is not.
That didn't work out.
He around.
Aw. Sometimes. Hey,
it don't always work out. Also for this too, I think bringing her back from space would allow her to show what she can do with her powers on Earth. I think sometimes for characters who like her, who have these energy abilities, it's harder for them to do anything on Earth without looking like they're killing people, or without the writer feeling like they have to explain anytime they do anything to say, oh, I did this, but hey, it didn't kill anybody. I think that there are ways to write Photon and have her be able to do things. One thing I've always said is she should be moving like those Spectrum Green Lantern type characters, not where she's making constructs, but where she's, got a force field around herself, blasting energy, making force fields and doing light stuff, making illusions of herself, all those kinds of things without needing to explain every time that she's doing it. Those would just be abilities that she can do. And I feel like a lot of characters have had their abilities grow and like do other things where she's just always being stuck transforming into something and flying around really fast, where writers have had moments with her where she has done other things, but not in a consistent enough way where they're just seen as abilities for her to do. And I think she just needs to have those moments where she's showing what are these consistent kind of abilities. Like I said, the force fields around herself to, stop energy or punches or making such like more invulnerable, and phasing and turning invisible and blasting and force fields and all that kind of stuff. Like she should just do it without having to always explain what energy she is controlling.
I agree. I like it. I support it. I would read it. Waiting till
That's right. He might show up. We all end up calling somebody child. So and all right. Well, that brings us to the end of the show. Please make sure you rate and subscribe us wherever you get your podcasts. You can find us on most social media platforms at Another Relaunch. You can watch us on YouTube at Another Relaunch TV. You can email us at anotherrelaunch@gmail.com. Oh, we also on TikTok too, and all those other social media platforms.
I made a couple. It's a little...
Go hop over there. You can find me on most social media platforms at Uncanny LZ. Keenan, where can they find you?
You guys know you can find me at Keenan Lands, and make sure you keep that underscore at the end.
All right, y'all, let's get up out of here, and we'll catch you next week.
Peace.
Peace out.